Hello, it's August 26th, 2026, a Wednesday, and it's about 12:30 p.m. and it's 78 degrees outside. I've got a trash bag I gotta take out. You out here, Tom Tom? Geeky, geeky, geeky. Anyway, petunias aren't looking too bad. Still don't see or feel any blooms on the Gerbera daisies. Another weed though. That weed out here in the parking lot. I don't want any weeds or plant material to start building up in my gravel. Feels pretty nice out there again today. Gotta give my brakes a shot again today. I have to remember and bring out another bottle of water for my next trip after today. That one's only about half full. Might see if the grass down here is still wet. Well, it's supposed to rain in a day or two. Don't get going too fast. Seems to be pretty dry. Feel a little wet there. Let's see where they moved around it. I can just stay over to the right a little farther when I get down there near the end. Still seeing some muddy tracks down here, so I think I'll go back. Don't want to splash water and mud all up on my trike. Still hear the water there some. Oh yeah, I definitely had that in low gear. There's two power settings on this, a low and a high. I think low is only about 8 miles an hour and high is 14. Plus the torque is increased also. Last time I tried to get up over that hill, it wouldn't go at all without pedaling. That time it went right up, it was just throttle only, so I've definitely had it in the lower power setting. Thought maybe I'd see my friend with his couple beagle dogs. He's usually out checking the mail and walking around this time of the day. There's the guy with his bikes, but still no yellow kayak. I wonder whatever happened to that. And that one guy still got his garage door open, like he always does, it seems like. Some big white clouds rolling through today, cutting the sun off from time to time. Nobody in my shortcut spot today. There comes the sun back out. And there it goes again. I wish it'd stay out. I can see a lot better without. Hello. I forgot them again. Okay, now I got the door open, so you need to stay in here. Stay in here. You missed your chance earlier. I'm glad to see you, but you gotta stay in here now. Well, I'm gonna have to, I think I'll start putting my keys once I get back to the garage in my basket, so they'll be there the next day when I go for a ride. Shut. Stop recording. Still see some of the purple blooms. guess there's a couple red ones right there too. I'm pretty sure that's supposed to be a big petunia of some type. They just don't look like the exact same variety that I've got. Oh, excuse me. That salad I had for lunch. Seems like salad about always gives me indigestion for some reason. Makes me belch a lot after eating one. There's a couple of them little yellow daylilies of some type. At least that's what they look like to me. Okay, the flag is flapping much better today. I forgot to ask Dorothy if she got her lights situated. Yeah, that one farthest away from me still doesn't look like it's angled very high. Looks like it only go up about 8 or 10 feet on the flagpole there, and that's it. Maybe she's never came back up yet when it's dark just to check them. Well, I was here the day she put them out, and she just had to guesstimate then. Hey Dorothy, excuse me. Have you came back up once it was dark to angle your lights out there on the flag? I just wondered.
Rick was up here last night and told me that the lights didn't come on. I don't have them turned on yet.
Okay.
I'm charging.
Yeah.
So maybe tonight.
Yeah, I knew that one like farthest away from the sidewalk looks like it's not angled very high at all.
I'm sure that they need adjusting.
And there's one other thing I was thinking to ask you. Is the Columbus police looking for you by chance?
Maybe.
There's been a CPD car parked near you, like at the next building.
Oh, really?
Down there, like 3 or 4 days now in the last couple weeks.
Huh.
And
just eating lunch?
I don't know. They pull in, like, you know how there's 4 spaces between the 2 units?
Yeah.
He usually backed into a space with the car running. And I can't, where the windows are kind of black with my vision, I can't really tell how many's in it.
We have a police officer. How often does he come?
I think he should come, like, is it twice a week?
Okay, well maybe that's what it is then.
Yeah. It could be. I don't know that.
Yeah, because like I said, they're usually just, like if I always, go down LaGrange and go up Lodi when I start here. And say the car's there when I go, but now when I go back, it'll usually be gone. So they're not there real long.
Pulling in here, filling out his report.
Yep, and that could be it too. I just as a joke thought I'd ask you about that.
Well, I doubt that they're looking for me, but they could be looking for the old man.
Yep. Alrighty.
So the next time, ask him if he's looking for Ronnie Stackhole.
Well,
If he is,
now-
tell him where he
No,
lives at.
I've noticed that too. He never has his window down.
Oh.
Or, you know, I'd stop and say hi to him when I
right.
rode by.
Yeah.
Well, and that's the thing. That's where I get kind of frustrated. I know, we pay for this special duty, and
I never see him.
I don't see him, and to a certain extent, I guess that means I'm in the house when the trouble happens. But I think it would be nice, and he may not. If he is our special duty, then I think it would be nice if they did have their window open and they interacted a little bit.
Oh
with
yeah, so
some
you
of our-
you know who they were and what they were doing, and
Yeah. I mean, I don't mean like
Well,
have a
and
big
just
old long.
Just to stop and say, how are you doing?
Yeah.
You know, I'm the police officer
Yeah.
that watches this area.
Yeah.
You know, I don't know. Yeah, I agree with you. It wouldn't hurt him to.
Well, and I mentioned this the other night at the meeting too, because I do think, and I've often said that I think it would be nice if they would come to our board meeting every now and
Yeah,
then, not every month. I get it. This is
Once
their
or twice
off
a
time.
year, yeah.
And
Yeah,
we would
'cause-
probably consider that part of his 2 hours.
and that way, you know, they could ask the people there, you know, are you seeing any problems or
Right,
having
right.
issues with
Or
anything?
he could give us some tips. I mean, you know, he could come into the meeting with a little bit of a speech.
Yeah.
He doesn't have to stay the
Little
whole time. Yeah.
And I've mentioned it many times, and I know Tess said that he was going to come to the annual meeting, but something, I don't know, it was a family thing or something. There was a reason, but I mentioned it again the other night on Monday, and Tess said that she would check again. I mean, I get it. I'm not going to see him every time he's here. He's not going to drive by
Right,
my house
but,
and go,
The only time I've ever seen him was sitting right up
Exactly.
here. Yeah.
But I
That's
do
the
think
only
that
time.
it, you know, and I think the one time that I did see him here, I was walking home from the pool, and I believe they had their window open, because I think I even said, you know, I'm on the board. Are you here for special duty? And not like I'm special for being on the board, but I just wanted him to know. Oh, by the way, you know, I know that we have you here.
Yeah.
You're here on purpose.
Yeah.
So, but I think that it would be good for people to see him, and I also think that, like, when he is here, if he has his window down, that people could
might
approach
him,
him and say,
well,
oh, hey,
my issue is he really here all the time we're paying him?
that's
Yeah,
what I'm
'cause,
asking.
you know, it's just
Yeah.
like what I've seen him. Now, I've only noticed him the last couple weeks. Now, you know, maybe he switches ends of the park that he parks on. I don't know.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but
Well,
I've had the
I
same
actually
question.
think he ought to drive around and then park somewhere.
Yeah.
And
And
drive,
then drive around a little bit
park
longer.
somewhere else, and you know, I don't even know
I
how
agree.
long he's supposed to be here. But I'm always that suspicious person
Me too.
that wants to know, are we getting our money's worth?
Oh, trust me, because I've asked, and that probably is like really tough, but that's our money,
Yeah.
and there's no need to pay him, and because I have said,
Well, the
does he
CPS
turn
guy.
in a report? I said, does he turn in a report with his hours, and does he tell us, does he see anything? Like, and maybe
Yeah.
he doesn't. Maybe he doesn't see anything. That's cool, but then he should just say,
Yeah,
you know,
he should-
everything looks
Everything looks
good.
He should have
Or,
like a logbook with
Yeah,
days and
yeah.
times he's
you
here.
know, I kind of sat in this area. I don't
Yeah.
mean like it has to be some long dissertation.
But we're paying
just-
you. It has to be something.
We need to see concrete. I feel we need to see concrete evidence that you were here besides
Well, it's like-
that you turned in your time.
It's like the CPS guys that we were catching
yeah.
sitting in certain areas, spending hour upon hour in their truck.
I bet AT&T could find the same people.
Yeah,
Every service
right.
industry could say,
Yeah.
oh yeah, we got people just sitting out
And
there.
it like Coda, you know, Coda has supervisors that get out and drive around.
Yeah.
Yeah, you
We
know.
have people at Chase that work
Yeah.
from home and aren't doing anything.
Yeah,
So there-
I'm sure.
All right, ladies, I'm going to get going. So,
Yes, I'm going to get inside.
see you later. Have a good day. All righty. Don't see anything on the pond again. Oh, I saw something, but just the reflection of the water kind of rippling. Breeze feels nice today. Not too strong. It's not that hot out. Feels pretty good. You get the old women yakking about something and you can't get a word in edgewise. Some of the locusts are still really screeching. Oh, excuse me. It's just been the sun. Looks like it had a yellow flashers on the front of that car, but I don't think it did. Sounds like they're still out there yakking. It's not too late. I think I started a little earlier today than normal to begin with, and even though I had to make an extra trip and stayed out there talking to the ladies for quite a while, still not very late. I hear a crow calling. Caw, caw, caw. Yeah, made it up over the hill that time without hitting any of the holes. Here are those seed pods crunching. They're really getting dried out on this hot pavement. Sounds like I dropped something, but nothing missing from the pockets. Must have been some of those seed pods crunching again. Somebody must have pulled out in front of somebody. Didn't see anybody waiting on the bus today out here. Making sure my headlight's on. Sometimes it's hard to tell. Looks like a lot of little leaves. I don't know what kind of tree they'd be from, but seem like quite a few of them setting out down here. The wind blowing my head up. Point, point, point. Yeah, that looks pretty good. Some days I can't hardly get the key in there. Here, wait. Discovery, or Discover car, I mean. So junk, more junk, and coupons, so more junk. Nothing but junk today. As Charlie Brown would say, rats, rocks again. Not too hot out here, just a little bit of breeze going. Pretty nice. See some of the leaves falling. I think that's a type of maple tree. That's what the leaves on the ground look like anyway. I don't know what these picnic tables, I mean, they're made of steel, but they got some kind of epoxy coating, like maybe that rhino lining that they put on truck beds. Something kind of rough that covers them, and they keeps even though it's black, it keeps the heat knocked down. They don't get very hot to the touch. A regular black paint would have warmed up my butt when I sat on it just now, but I hardly even notice anything with whatever this is they're covered with. I think we have probably another month left of summer, but this weather is almost like autumn-like weather now. I wouldn't mind if this weather would stick around. I hope we don't get another real hot spell. That 90-95 degree plus weather gets me down quick. I just can't enjoy doing a lot outside. I just get drenched in sweat. This 80-degree weather is much nicer. Alright, time to be moving on, I guess. The trash out here. Too bad they did away with those trash cans. They used to have one here, but I don't know whatever possessed the board of directors to get rid of those a year or two ago when they did. They said they weren't needed. If they weren't needed and they weren't used that much, they wouldn't have to empty them too often now, would they? So I don't know why it was such a big deal to get rid of them. They were already here and they were permanent. The trash cans were round cages sunk in the ground on a steel post and concrete. All they had to do was change the trash bag liner every now and then. And if they weren't used too much, then they wouldn't fill up too fast, would they? That guy raised his DirecTV satellite dish of some kind about 8 feet above the fence over there now. It used to be at fence level height. That's not been picking up the signal too good. Got my string tangled up. Wind spinner spinning good. First circular rock feels like it's really wobbly and off whack. Supposed to have some shelled walnuts from Amazon coming today, but don't see them yet. Well, I would spray my area out there again with the weed killer, but it's supposed to rain tonight, and they're supposed to give them 24 hours before the next rain or watering. All right. I had a good time. I hope everybody else did too. Thanks for watching. Goodbye. Stop recording.